Will Kendradine here. We're in video number 4 now. So again, in this video series that we're just getting started on, working with Alexi regarding questions that came up as part of our networking group, this lead generation group that she's part of. Some really great insights, and we're into. I guess it's really just the second question, so we still have a long way to go. But what I want to share in this one, I think you'll find interesting. And because what we're going to go through are ways to do free advertising, and I'm going to give you my insights there. What we're going to go through, you can see over here, we're going to talk about directories and listing services, word of mouth, and a bunch of other things. So let's dive straight into it. And what I'd like to start with, I guess what we'll call is just the overview, meaning, okay, so if we're talking about free advertising, what do I get for free? And I think there's at least two things to keep in mind. The first thing to keep in mind is that I don't know that there really is anything that's free because we all have to value our time, right? So if your time were really free, then you would be a not-for-profit, meaning that you're totally doing this out of the goodness of your heart. So your time does have value. So I just want to mention that so that when somebody says that there's free advertising, it's going to require somebody's time, whether it's your time or your receptionist's time or your business manager's time, whatever it is. So just keep that in mind that free is kind of relative in that regard. And then regarding what you can expect out of it, I guess the good and the bad news all at the same time is that you get out of it what you put into it. So there is poorly done free advertising that will get you precisely no results, the big zero. So to just keep in mind that I have not yet found anything that's free and no effort and brings good return. So, so that's, maybe a little bit of a challenge there, but let's talk about some of the other things as we move through. So if we think about directories and listing services, that's, where Alexi and Johnny and myself are, and, all of us that work on CoolDoList.com. It's a directory site. So I won't go into too much detail and be accused of blatantly self-serving propaganda, but there are a lot of directory sites out there like the one that we have. So definitely make sure that you're signed up for ours, and then go out and look at the others. There's lots and lots of them. We just happen to be one. The other thing that I'll point out are what I'll call listing services. So if you're not currently in one of the big listing services, then definitely get yourself hooked up there. We'll do other videos about how to get set up in Google Places, Yahoo, Local, Bing, and that's just the tip. There are many more than that. Again, it's free in that you don't have to pay to have a Google Places listing. But keep in mind once again that you are going to need to invest a little bit of time to get it set up. And like I said, we'll do a video about that. Another that is a good investment of your time would be Manta or Better Business Bureau. Always keep an eye on your listings because they can get hijacked or deleted for no good reason. So I guess these are low cost, no cost options. Um, but again, it's very important to keep your eye on the ball with those so that in case of something, if you end up with something wrong with that listing, you catch it. And you can have your receptionist do that or anybody in your business. So WOM, that was one of my dad's dad phrases. WOM. As a little kid, I couldn't figure out what he was talking about with WOM, but WOM is word of mouth, and it's as old as the hills. I guess is a way to say it. But it's just engaging with your customers to kind of plant the seed in their mind that they should be sharing your business with their friends. And we could do a whole series of videos about how to best use word of mouth. But it's again, there's no cost for it per se. It's just a matter of being disciplined with you and everybody else in your business, uh, helping everybody be aware that they need to be uh, sharing the good news of your business with their friends, relatives, neighbors, and of course the customers. The other thing that you can do would be called or what we call an ad exchange, which means like in the case of one of the salons, what they do is they just do these little half page. So meaning that it's they do their printouts on 8.5 by 11, and then just if it's an 8.5 by 11 page, then they just cut the page in half and essentially have two ads per page, and they have a dry cleaner on one side of them and a pizza shop on the other side. So they have one advertisement that they do with the dry cleaner, meaning that the dry cleaner lets them put their little half page ads on the counter there at the dry cleaner, and the dry cleaner will even talk it up, with the customers that come in, because the salon has, at the salon counter, they have two of these little half page ads. One's for the dry cleaner and one's for the pizza shop, and they talk it up with the customers that come in. So you get a little bit of active advertising and recommendation. And granted, they're all in the same shopping strip center, but they found that all of them have found that they get more business out of doing it. It's kind of a bump, meaning that they get the increase in business, and it doesn't go on infinitely. And it's like they tend to do it in quarters. In other words, they do one for the spring, one for the summer, one for the winter, and so on. But definitely recommend that because that's a very low cost way of advertising and maximizing the people right there in your local area. The last one is corporations. This is a little bit more challenging, but different spa, what they do is they have one of their university students that does outbound sales for them. So this is a little bit more involved, and I free is I guess we kind of have to think about free because the girl that does the outbound sales for the spa doesn't get paid per se, but she gets she gets free reign at the spa, so she can have facials, massage, whatever she wants based on the business that she brings in. So it's kind of a win-win because this particular girl just is very good at sales, and she gets again kind of free reign within the spa to get whatever services she wants based on the business she brings in. But she's brought in she's made business relationships with two big corporations, and when I say big, I mean really big corporations in the area. So for that particular spa, they've seen a really big jump in their business just based on some effective outbound sales. So that again, that one's I call it word of mouth, but again, it's really outbound sales, and I realize it's a little bit more complex than than you might want to get into. So I see that we're at the 8-minute mark here. We still have more to go through with multimedia and social media and the secret sauce. So we'll come back to the secret sauce in the next video. Thanks a lot for watching, and we'll be back. I'll try to make the next video a little bit shorter. Talk to you again real soon.